strange energy, as if something was trying to reach you without words. God says this message is coming at the right time because heaven cannot allow confusion to become a permanent cloud around you. God wants you to move forward with strength, not uncertainty. He wants you to walk in clarity, not shadows. He wants you to rise in peace, not doubt. God says the woman close to you needs prayer more than judgment. She needs compassion more than anger. She needs healing more than accusations. She is lost inside her own thoughts, questioning every step, wondering how she reached this point, wondering whether she made a mistake or whether life simply unfolded in a way she never expected. God says she does not fully understand why she kept it hidden from you, except that her spirit was trembling, and she was afraid of how you would perceive her, afraid that you would misunderstand everything, afraid that your reaction would break something she hoped could still be repaired. God says this pregnancy is tied to a lesson, for her, for you, for everyone involved. It is not random. It is not accidental. It is not a coincidence. There are spiritual threads woven through this situation that go deeper than appearances. God says this situation is pulling hidden emotions to the surface, bringing forgotten memories back to light, exposing suppressed wounds, revealing buried truths, and shaping your destiny in ways you cannot yet see. God says this is not a warning of harm. This is a revelation meant to free you from confusion and align your steps with divine clarity. God says He is standing with you at every moment of this revelation. He is not letting you walk through this alone. He is not letting this situation damage your heart. He is not letting anyone take advantage of your kindness. He is not allowing darkness to twist this story into fear. God says He is protecting your heart, shielding your spirit, and preparing your path so that everything that unfolds from this moment becomes a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. God says the woman is someone who never expected her life to take such a turn. She is trying to understand what motherhood means, what responsibility means, what truth means. She has moments when she touches her stomach and feels both fear and wonder. She thinks about the future, about the child's life, about what she must do, about who she must become. She wonders if she deserves forgiveness, if she deserves support, if she deserves understanding. God says this is why He is speaking to you now, because your role in this situation is not accidental. Your energy is connected. Your journey is intertwined. Whether this woman is from your family, your past, your present, or someone whose story brushed against your life in unexpected ways, God says the connection is spiritually intentional. God says you have a heart that feels deeply, even when you try to appear strong. You are sensitive to the energies around you, even when you say nothing. You carry the emotions of others without being asked. Heaven says you must release the weight that does not belong to you. The truth about her pregnancy is not meant to crush you, it is meant to position you. God says He is revealing this so that you can step into clarity, protect your peace, and walk forward with understanding rather than confusion. God says He sees the path ahead even when you do not. Nothing happening now is out of His sight. Nothing caught Him by surprise. He has already arranged the outcome, already softened the impact, already placed protection around you. God says you are safe because He decided you would be safe. You are covered because He placed His hand over you. You are held because He refuses to let anything break your spirit. God says there will come a moment when the truth unfolds more clearly in front of you. You will understand why this message came when it did. You will understand why your spirit felt something before your mind had words for it. You will understand why heaven wanted you calm, grounded, centered, and spiritually aware before the situation reached your ears from someone else. God says timing is divine. Nothing is early. Nothing is late. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. God says this message is also about your spiritual growth. You are entering a season where truth will reach you before rumors can. Where clarity will reach you before confusion can. Where divine protection will reach you before harm can. God says the days of walking in the dark, guessing, worrying, or doubting your intuition are ending. You are stepping into a season of revelation, where heaven speaks directly, where truth finds you first, where nothing remains hidden from you. God says He knows how strong you have been. You have carried battles in silence, not telling anyone how heavy your heart felt. You have trusted God even when life confused you. You have walked through loneliness with faith. You have survived things no one knows about. God says this is why He is speaking to you now, because you deserve clarity, honesty, and peace. You deserve emotional stability. You deserve spiritual protection. You deserve to know the truth before it reaches you in a way that could hurt you. God says do not fear this situation. Do not let anxiety take root. Do not let your mind create stories that heaven has not spoken. The truth is simple. Someone close to you is 3 months pregnant, and the situation is emotionally complex for her, spiritually meaningful for you, and divinely guided by God. Nothing about this will destroy your destiny. Nothing about this will damage your blessings. Nothing about this will stop what God has planned for you. God says your life is blessed, even when it feels uncertain. Your path is protected, even when it feels unclear. Your spirit is strong, even when you feel tired. Your destiny is intact, even when situations around you look complicated. God says every twist in your journey is part of a larger divine design, and nothing can separate you from His protection. God says breathe. Calm your heart. He is with you. You are safe. And everything connected to this revelation will unfold in your favor. God says just trust Him, pray to Him, and stay grounded in His love. Nothing will go wrong with you. Nothing will break you. Nothing will steal your blessings. Heaven is guiding your steps, protecting your energy, and lifting your spirit into a place of deep peace. God says this is an urgent message, and it is pouring directly into your spirit because you were chosen to receive it at this exact moment. God says this is about someone close to you, someone whose life is tied to yours in ways you still don't fully understand, someone whose truth is rising to the surface because heaven refuses to let you walk in darkness any longer. God says she is 3 months pregnant, and the child connected to this situation carries a spiritual weight that is shaking the atmosphere around you. God says you must not fear, because you are safe, protected, guarded, and surrounded by divine light even when the human world feels confusing, even when relationships feel uncertain, and even when people close to you hide things in silence that they are too afraid to reveal. God says this message is not sent to scare you, not sent to hurt you, not sent to break you, but to lift you, to awaken you, to open your spirit so that nothing around you can blind you any longer. God says you have carried too much alone for too long. You have walked through life absorbing the emotions of others, giving them comfort while quietly searching for your own. There were days when you prayed with a trembling heart, feeling like you were talking into empty space. But God says He heard you every single time, and that every word you whispered in pain became a seed in heaven that is now blooming into revelation. God says someone close to you has been struggling with a secret, a heavy truth that their heart couldn't voice, and heaven is exposing it not to shame them, not to create conflict, but to pull you out of confusion and bring you into clarity that will give your soul peace. God says the situation involving pregnancy is not random, not an accident, not something meaningless, because every soul that enters this world is known by heaven long before human understanding catches up. God says you have been sensing something in your spirit, something shifting, something changing, something hidden beneath the surface of people's words. You felt emotional waves you couldn't explain, sudden heaviness without reason, moments where your intuition tried to speak but your mind dismissed it. God says your spirit was trying to alert you. Your soul already knew something was unfolding, but heaven waited for the right time to reveal it. And that time is now. God says do not fear the truth, fear only the idea of living without truth. And God refuses to let you live in uncertainty one more day. God says someone close to you is involving you spiritually more than you know. Their choices, their hidden emotions, their inner world has been creating an energetic pull around you. And you were absorbing it without understanding why. God says the pregnancy connected to this person is not meant to damage you, it is meant to reveal something about who you truly are. You are someone whose presence changes destinies. You are someone whose energy affects timelines. You are someone whose life path cannot be manipulated by anybody, because heaven has written protection around you like a seal no human hand can erase. God says He wants you to know that nothing about this situation can harm your life, your future, your destiny, or your spiritual purpose. You are safe. You are guided. You are covered. You are chosen. And none of this will go wrong for you, because God Himself is standing between you and every storm. God says the person connected to this truth did not speak earlier because they were afraid of how you would react, afraid of losing you, afraid of disappointing you, afraid of your silence, afraid of your strength, afraid of the weight of your presence. God says your spirit carries authority, and some people around you become intimidated not because you hurt them but because your energy exposes what they hide from themselves. God says this message is being delivered to release your emotional burden, to clear your path, and to heal your heart so you can breathe again. You have been carrying invisible weight, thinking the heaviness belonged to you, but heaven says it wasn't yours. You were carrying someone else's secret without ever knowing the details, only feeling the spiritual pull. God says now the truth is stepping forward, and in that truth you will find liberation. God says you must trust Him right now more than ever. Trust Him when the situation looks complicated. Trust Him when emotions feel overwhelming. Trust Him when people act differently. Trust Him when the path seems unclear. God says He is not revealing this to break you, He is revealing this because you deserve clarity, honesty, peace, and spiritual elevation. God says you are entering a season where the truth will become your greatest blessing, not your greatest fear. Every hidden thing around you will rise to the surface. Not to destroy you but to protect you from walking into wrong doors, wrong connections, wrong promises, and wrong destinies. God says He has been watching over you with such tenderness that even the smallest heartbreak you went through was caught by His hands before it touched your soul fully. God says even when you thought you were alone, heaven was standing around you like an army. Even when people misunderstood you, heaven understood you. Even when someone lied to you, heaven recorded every detail. Even when someone hid something from you, heaven made sure their hidden truth could not harm you. God says He allowed the truth to remain unseen for a moment, only because He was aligning something better for you underneath the surface. Now that alignment is unfolding. Now that blessing is awakening. Now the truth is stepping into the light. God says the situation involving someone close to you and the 3-month pregnancy is part of a larger spiritual shift. It is awakening something inside you. It is opening your spiritual eyes. It is sharpening your intuition. It is pulling you closer to God. It is teaching you to trust divine timing even when human timing feels confusing. God says He wants you to breathe and understand that your life is not being shaken to break you, it is being rearranged to position you. God says He is preparing you for a breakthrough so large that everything around you is being recalibrated. People are shifting. Energies are shifting. Truths are surfacing. Hidden emotions are breaking open. God says someone close to you has been crying in silence, afraid to tell you their truth, afraid to face what comes next. Heaven says you are not responsible for their choices, but you are being given this truth so you do not carry emotional confusion anymore. You deserve clarity. You deserve peace. You deserve to walk forward without blindly absorbing other people's chaos. God says your life will not fall apart from this. Your heart will not be destroyed. Your peace will not be stolen. You are stepping into divine protection so thick that even the truth that once scared you will become the truth that frees you. God says you must release fear right now, because fear is blocking your blessings. Let it go. Let the past go. Let the confusion go. God says He is guiding you through this with steady hands. God says you are chosen for something far greater than the situation at hand. You are chosen for abundance, chosen for elevation, chosen for spiritual height, chosen for emotional strength, chosen for divine alignment. This situation is simply clearing the air around you so nothing blocks your blessings. God says He has watched you love deeply, forgive easily, give generously, and carry other people's pain even when you were hurting. Heaven has recorded every tear, every prayer, every quiet moment where you wished for understanding. God says He is honoring your heart now by lifting the veil off the truth so you can finally walk with clarity. God says rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. Nothing will break you. Nothing will take away what is meant for you. Your destiny is protected. Your journey is blessed. Your future is secured. God says trust Him, trust the process, trust the path, trust the timing. He is walking with you, holding you, guiding you, and preparing you for a season of pure divine clarity and blessing. God says you are safe. You are protected. You are not alone. And this truth will transform your life, not destroy it. If you believe me, type Amen. God says, Archangel Michael says it's an emergency, please don't skip this. My beloved child, this message comes from the highest light, wrapped in divine urgency and sacred truth. Heaven has been watching every move around you, and a great storm of confusion has been forming in secret, one that has tried to take away what belongs to you, your blessings, your peace, your money, your divine inheritance. But before it can reach its final point, God has stopped everything and ordered this message to reach you right now. Because something very important is happening, your money is entering the wrong hand, and heaven is moving fast to protect you before it's too late. There have been whispers around your destiny, and in the unseen world, spiritual forces have been fighting for you. God saw how you trusted people out of love, how you believed in good intentions, and how you gave from your pure heart. But not everyone around you has been honest. Some have spoken softly in your presence but held envy behind your back. Some have smiled at your success, yet secretly planned to redirect your blessings to themselves. What they didn't know is that your life is under divine watch. Every coin, every opportunity, every ounce of favor that was meant for you carries your spiritual signature, and only heaven can truly authorize it. Archangel Michael has drawn his sword of light and is now standing between you and the one who tries to misuse your abundance. The energy of confusion and theft cannot stand in the presence of divine justice. God has seen the one who tried to open doors that weren't theirs, to sign with your name what you didn't approve, to take your spiritual credit and convert it into worldly gain. But God says, I will not let it stand. I will not allow my child's blessings to be stolen. Listen, my dear one, what is happening is not random. You might have noticed strange delays, unexpected financial issues, or sudden silence from those who once promised support. This is not coincidence, this is divine interception. Heaven allowed a small shaking so that truth could rise. You were meant to see who is faithful and who is false. You were meant to understand that not everyone who says, I'm helping you, is truly serving the light. Some are serving their own hunger. Some are driven by jealousy. But God is cutting those cords right now. Michael says, you must stay calm but alert. Your spirit must not panic, but your heart must be open. This is a divine test of trust. The enemy of light always tries to plant fear when blessings are near. He whispers, you are losing everything, but heaven declares, I am rearranging everything. What looks like loss is often redirection. What seems like chaos is actually divine order being restored. Your money, your wealth, your rewards are being pulled away from false hands and placed back into rightful alignment with your destiny. You see, money in the spiritual sense is not just paper or numbers, it is energy, it is trust, it is divine permission to create. When the wrong hand touches what is meant for you, it carries a vibration that disrupts heaven's flow. That is why God intervenes. God does not want your money to become a chain that ties you to the wrong spirit. He wants it to remain pure, aligned, and fruitful. He wants it to bless your home, to build your peace, to serve light. And that's why this urgent message comes, to stop you from falling into the trap of misplaced trust or unseen manipulation. There is someone who once acted like your supporter but now works behind your shadow. God says this person thought you wouldn't find out, but divine justice is already revealing them. They are the reason you've been feeling restless about a certain financial decision or opportunity. You've been sensing something wasn't right, that sudden hesitation, that feeling in your chest that made you pause. That was not fear, it was divine protection. The Spirit has been whispering, wait. Archangel Michael has been guarding your transactions, your plans, your next move. You were about to give something valuable into the wrong hand, but heaven stopped you. Do not be angry, my child. Do not allow bitterness to take root. Instead, lift your hands and thank God that He revealed this before it was too late. Because once the wrong person gets control of your blessing, they can drain your peace, manipulate your decisions, and block your divine flow. God says, you are my vessel, and I will not let your abundance become the tool of your destruction. Every delay, Every rejection you faced in recent weeks was heaven's protection in disguise. Archangel Michael says, "Your season of exposure has begun." This means that truth will rise to the surface. People who used to deceive you with charm will suddenly show their real intentions. You will see conversations shift, patterns change, and behaviors reveal hidden motives. Do not fear this exposure. It may hurt, but it will heal you. It will release you from false alliances. You are being pulled out of every entanglement that tried to control your blessings. God's hand is separating truth from deception, loyalty from manipulation, love from greed. Michael is standing over your finances, and he has declared, "No more loss." Every coin meant for you will return multiplied. Every transaction twisted by dishonest hands will be reversed by divine justice. Every seed of deceit will wither, and the root of your abundance will blossom again. Heaven is rewriting your story, and you will soon witness a reversal so sudden that even those who doubted you will say, "This must be God." But, my child, you must stay obedient. When heaven warns, it is not to scare you but to prepare you. You must not share your financial plans or private opportunities with everyone. Guard your energy. Silence is power. Prayer is your shield. Some people listen only to find weaknesses. Protect your dreams until they are strong enough to stand. You are not being selfish, you are being wise. Archangel Michael says, your next breakthrough is sacred. It must not be polluted by gossip or greed. There will be signs over the next few days. You might receive a sudden call, an unexpected message, or a delayed payment that finally arrives.